Welcome back to another episode of Speaking the Truth TV. And here today, man, us as men, we need to start taking some accountability for the things that we do. And when I say us taking accountability, that means exactly what I'm saying. Because a lot of the things that we go through, and I'm not shaming anybody, but a lot of the things that we go through is because we caused them ourselves. Instead of, vetting out and checking to make sure that everything that this person is talking about is up and up. We thinking about everything else. We looking at how beautiful a woman may be, how big a booty may be, how nice her titties may sit, or you know what I'm saying, the way that she dressed. But in actuality, the things that we need to be looking for is all up here. Because you can have a pretty face and have a ugly attitude. Now, I've said that before. But for us men, we don't want to be lonely. But as time has went on, I'm starting to see more and more single men because of the fact that we're tired of the bull crap that women is bringing to us. We're tired of it. And the first step to a happy life is to, you know, take accountability for the things that you're doing in your own life. So if, for instance, if you always attracting these females that that's broken. It's nothing wrong with being broken. Let me clear that right up for you, because there's plenty of people out here that have been done so dirty, so wrong that they mind frame just messed up. They need somebody in their corner to be there and push them on through life. But the problem with that is when it gets tough, when it gets hard, and when the pressure is being put on a man. I'm not saying this in no fucked up situation. What I'm saying is basically, we get tired too. If all the time we just worrying about what you got going on, how you're feeling, why you upset, and nobody cares about the way that you feel, then you need to reevaluate that situation. You really, really do, because you're pouring all of your energy, your effort, your time, your respect into one person. And in reality, to that other person, they the only person that matter to them. It's always, well, you don't understand what I'm going through. Wow, how can a person know what you're going through if, you know, we gotta be a mind reader? You know what I'm saying? If a person doesn't want to talk and the communication is not there, and you're seeing all of these different signs, and if they don't want to change it, then you gonna have to make that decision to change it. You're gonna have to. We have to take accountability for hurting ourselves, because we see it. We just don't want to let it go, because you know, that saying, when you break up with a person, you know what I'm saying, you see them move on and they're giving the next person everything that you asked for. And it's like, you know what I mean? Why couldn't you just do that from the jump? Why couldn't you give me what you're giving this person? And that it shouldn't add fuel to the fire, but it does add fuel to the fire. You need to take more time and realize the person that you're dealing with. It's not all about the sexual connection. It's not. If y'all can't connect with each other spiritually, mentally, you know what I mean, then things just ain't gonna work. It's not going to work. If everything is based off sex, looks, the body, all those little features, how some men do, what that mouth do, this, that, and the third, that bull crap right there. You're setting yourself up. You're setting yourself up. And even if you're, one of those guys where, you're looking at your woman and you're telling her, baby, you know, what is it? I know you had a hard day at work. What do you need me to do for you? And there's nothing wrong with that. But if your significant other can't, do the same for you when it's your time, they honestly don't expect you to be mad about it. They feel like when you bring up certain things, you shouldn't be mad, because it's not like that. Well, prove to me that it's not like that. And the way you prove to a person that it's not like that is by action. You can say it all day long, but if you're not showing a person how you honestly feel, what you're thinking, what you're going through, I don't care if you're saying it 3, 4 times a day. A person deserves to know exactly what the next move is gonna be. So that's just like me saying I'm gonna start a business, and 7 years down the line, 8 years down the line, I'm still not making no headway because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm not trying to communicate, or I'm not trying to, learn enough about this business to actually, take it to the top. And I'm just using that as a reference, you know what I mean? But what I'm saying is, if after so long a person consistently does the same exact thing, they showing you exactly who they are. Exactly who they are. So if this person can't honor, the simple things that you're asking for, even if that's, excuse me, even if that's, hey, I don't like you talking to X, Y, and Z, or I don't like you wearing whatever, you should be able to honor that because that person is your equal. You know what I mean? They're your significant other. But if one out of the team comes in and say, hey, I don't like this, hey, I don't like that, and then you change it for a day, you change it for a week, or you just change it for a few hours and you go right back to it, you showing me you know, the same exact thing I just asked you not to do. So how do you feel as a human being that I'm not supposed to be upset about the way that I feel because you're not treating me as your equal. You're not treating me with the same respect that I'm giving you. But then when you say, how would you feel if I was doing all of those things? They never have an answer. They never do. But then these be the ones talking about men ain't this, men ain't that, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And it's not that the fact men ain't nothing. It's the fact that we didn't caught on. It's the fact that we're tired of being a mat to walk on. You know how guys back in the day used to do when it was raining outside, or it had rained, and they would see a puddle of water and it's you and your spouse. A guy would take off his jacket and lay it down over the pool of water so his woman could walk across it. Now, with that being said, he's showing so much gratitude to that woman that I don't want you to mess up your outfit. I don't want your feet to get wet. I don't want this, or I don't want that to you know, get your clothes messed up. But how many times have you seen a woman, do something, not necessarily lay her jacket down, but do some of that magnitude to where the guy feels appreciated? You do have some women that's out there that show their appreciation, whether it's, back rubs, foot rubs, whatever, just sitting there talking to them, even though, conversation might be boring to you, at least they know that, they can get it off their chest and you're going to listen. You know what I mean? That's the magnitude of trying to listen to your partner, figure out what's going on, and see where things develop to. Now, even with this conversation, This is where a lot of, you know, I'm not gonna say just mental health stuff, because mental health is a wide range of different things, different feelings, different effects, and it affects everybody different. It does. So when you're in situations where you're second guessing, you're trying to figure everything out, that puts you in a mode to where that you may get depressed because you're trying to figure out and see what you can do to fix a situation. But in reality, some situations just can't be fixed. Let's just be honest. Some things cannot be fixed, and some people just don't know when to be honest with the other person and be like, look, hey, this just not gonna work. You need more than love in a relationship to make things work, to make things blossom, for things to be off to the moon like it used to be, back in the day. You had grandma and granddaddy, together 30, 40, 50, 60 years, and they honestly loved one another. And they done been through the ringer. They done been through hell and back. But one thing they did not do, they did not quit. They didn't, because they chose to talk things out, see things through. But when there's no communication, there's no relationship. Let's just keep that in mind, people. If there's no communication, there's no relationship. If nobody holds themselves accountable, there's no relationship. That's one thing in this world that a lot of people don't understand. For every action, there's a reaction. So when you do something and something is wrong and something is evil, you should be man enough, woman enough, to be like, look, I'm sorry. What I did was wrong. And like really mean it and really go by what you're saying. But if you're telling a person just all the things that they want to hear, and then you turn around and you do the complete opposite of what you said, how can a person trust you? Explain that to me. How do you feel a person can really trust you? Because when you're in it, trust is a big thing. Honesty is a big thing. So if you throw off a person's trust, that throws everything else off, right? So if you're not being honest with them, you're not even being honest with yourself. Or it's you're not being honest with them because you're full of it. And you just don't want that person to know your exact plans on what you're trying to do or how you're trying to set up your next relationship or whatever the case may be. But I'm going to tell you, when you do people like that, when you do people wrong, that's where you always end up in this dark place, in this messed up situation. And it's not because of the ex that you left. It's all because of you, because you don't know how to handle certain things. You don't know how to do this and you don't know how to do that. You don't want to break away from your old habits. You want to protect your heart as much as you can, and I understand protecting your heart. But at the same time, if you're not holding yourself accountable for the things that's going on in your life and everybody else's life that you've been involved with, you're never going to get anywhere. That's why I try to stay humble. That's why I try to be nice. That's why I try to keep the energy that's around me. I try to keep it purified. Yes, I'm not no holy person. I do get angry. I do get upset. But one thing that I do is have respect. Me and my spouse might, have a disagreement or something, but I will never call out her name. I never try to, down a person. I will always try to be like, hey, look, this is what's going on. This is how I feel, something of that magnitude. But when you start disrespecting your spouse and you start not really showing them the appreciation that they deserve, that's when things get, teeter-tottery, things get off. But at the same time, you have to understand everybody's different. Nobody's the same. Not one person on this earth is the same. Yes, you can find a match. Yes, you can find a person that likes similar things to you, but everybody is not the same. And that's what makes us all beautiful, because we are different. It's something that I can learn from you, and it's things that you can learn from me. That's the beauty of it. That's the art of it all. That is. So tell me what y'all think. Am I right or wrong? Do you feel like people need to start holding themselves more accountable for the things that go on in their life and the people that they hang around and the relationships that they in, and really start vetting out what's really going on and what the problem may be? But like I said, man, this is your boy Charlie B. I want to thank all my true speakers for coming in and chilling with me. Like, share, subscribe, and y'all have a blessed one. We out of here.